Voters have decided who will be Baltimore's next mayor. Brandon Scott is the projected winner of Tuesday's primary, and now another major decision hangs in the balance: who will lead the city school system?
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, the city school CEO has less than 2 months until her contract ends, and there's still no word on whether she'll stay or go.
It is concerning to me.
Philip Farfel wants answers.
This lack of transparency is not different than in a whole lot of other areas.
You mean of the school system?
Yes.
From 1993 to 1997, Farfel served as the Baltimore City School Board president. And based on his experience, he says what's happening right now with the current school board is troubling.
School board members have an obligation to speak out, to show differences of opinions with themselves and the superintendent, if that's the case.
During school year 2022,
Baltimore City Schools CEO Dr. Sonia Santelises has less than 2 months until her contract expires, about 45 days to reach an agreement with the school board. Time is running out, and the board has not hinted at replacing her. So what's going on? Farfel says the public deserves to know.
And what's particularly concerning is the lack of transparency for the public. It's always right to shine a light. As the former board president, negotiations are done in private. They're personnel matters. However, it's important to signal to the public what the board's intentions are.
While the public has been told very little, a report by the Baltimore Banner indicates negotiations have stalled because the board does not want to give Santelises a 4-year contract. North Avenue would not confirm those reports, saying negotiations are a private matter between the CEO and the board. Project Baltimore reached out to school board members who told us the negotiations are being handled by the current board chair, Ronald McFadden, and vice chair, Chantel Roberts. We emailed McFadden and Roberts asking where contract negotiations stand, but we did not receive a response.
Has successfully managed one of the largest.
Dr. Santelises oversees the education of about 76,000 students and manages a $1.7 billion budget funded by taxpayers. Last year, in total compensation, the CEO earned nearly $500,000. She is already the longest-serving city school CEO in decades, but her tenure has been criticized. In 2016, when the CEO took over, city schools had Maryland's lowest graduation rate at 70.65%. Today, Baltimore still has the state's lowest graduation rate at 70.57%.
Some of the negativity that you're seeing in commercials.
We have to continue and we'll operate with them.
Dr. Santelises' track record came under further scrutiny during a contentious mayoral primary race, where most Democratic candidates called for the CEO to be replaced. Some candidates said the school board should wait to offer a new contract until after the primary. But incumbent Mayor Brandon Scott, the projected winner, has been a strong supporter of the CEO.
We are celebrating someone who doesn't get celebrated often enough, if it was up to me.
While the mayor does not have authority over the city school CEO, they have an important working relationship. The mayor appoints the majority of the school board, and the city funds 28% of the school system's budget.
I mean, a school board evaluates the superintendent. There's a personnel process. There are goals, there are metrics, and the board should know and should have known what their intention was and is well before this election.
When Farfel was school board president, he said superintendent contract negotiations took about a year, and the public was kept informed throughout the process.
Because of the lack of transparency, that's a part of all this, is we don't have a clear sense of what's expected from the next superintendent. The public needs to be a part of it. It is the key constituency, and that's what's troubling.
Project Baltimore will stay on this story, bringing you updates on the negotiations between the CEO and the Baltimore City Board of School Commissioners. Her contract expires on June 30th. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore.
And Project Baltimore wants to hear from you. Do you have a story to share about your child's education or a concern you'd like our team to investigate? Call the tip line on your screen or send an email to projectbaltimore@foxbaltimore.com. You can also find us on social media.
I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.